It's been a pretty bad couple of days for Jennifer Lawrence ever since she did her interview with Variety, where she sat down with Viola Davis and they had a little bit of a back and forth, and she pretty much took credit for being the first female action star, which is not true. It's not true at all. She wants to take credit for it, though. Now, I don't know if she just didn't know other movies existed. Maybe she doesn't watch older movies. All of that is possible. But she was very happy to try to take credit for her movie Hunger Games, and try to act like Hunger Games was the first time a female ever led an action movie. And we all know that that is not true. That is far from the truth. And she has been getting roasted for it pretty much nonstop. Seen a lot of really funny tweets out there saying, like, for example, she's so incredible that she's her own mother. They want to thank her for all the success at the CW. And, like, she was for this and that. Like, people are pretty much just, like, saying, like, crazy stuff and that she made it. I think it's funny. What was really funny is the fact that, I mean, pretty much every outlet has corrected her. Both sides of the aisle are correcting her. You've got a lot of people just out there throwing things at her like this, like a list, like this is a direct reply to that Variety article saying, like, no, she didn't start this. Look at all these movies. Aliens, Terminator 1 and 2, Long Kiss Goodnight, Resident Evil, La Femme Nikita, Kill Bill, Underworld franchise, Charlie's Angels, Tomb Raider, V for Vendetta, G.I. Jane, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Cutthroat Island, Salt. And more and more and more and more. So just a lot of people having a ton of fun and roasting her. And, you know, you say something that dumb, people are going to come after you. Well, now she's playing the victim. Now she's walking it back. And I'm going to show you the things that she's saying, but several outlets putting this out now. Jennifer Lawrence clarifies female-led action movie remark after she was roasted. It came out wrong. You think? Yeah, it came out wrong. Now, what's funny about this is she's trying to play the victim now. Because of course she is. She's the victim now. She said something dumb. It's your fault. So she said something really stupid, and she got roasted for it, and now she's trying to make people feel bad for her. And how is she trying? I'm going to show you everything that she said, but the biggest thing that she did, which I found pretty typical of Hollywood, was that she's trying to pretty much blame everybody else and be the victim. So she says that she's very insecure about her intellect and was afraid to do sit-down live interviews because she's afraid that what she does will come off wrong because she dropped out in middle school, which I didn't even know you could do that. Isn't that like child neglect? Don't parents go to jail if their kids don't go to school? You can't, as far as I knew, you couldn't drop out of school till you were 16. But this woman did it at 12. I didn't even know you could do that, but she apparently dropped out in middle school. It explains a lot, actually. So let's take a look at what she said. I just wanted to put that out there first, that she's trying to make everyone feel, oh, so poor little Jennifer. I don't know what the reasons are for why she dropped out. Did she drop out to pursue an acting career? School, 16 maybe, but when you're in middle school, there's some fundamentals that you do need to learn. What were her parents thinking to let her do that? But anyway, let's take a look at this. So Jennifer Lawrence is receiving some serious heat from movie fans after falsely claiming that Hollywood did not have a female lead action movie until 2012's The Hunger Games. Lawrence recently did a sit-down interview with actress Viola Davis for Variety and said nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead. She continued, And it makes me happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every one of those beliefs and proves that it is just a lie to keep certain people out of the movies, to keep certain people in the same positions that they've always been in. It's just amazing to watch it happen and watch you at the helm. Yeah, doesn't sound like that came out wrong. I think you meant exactly what you meant. The problem is you don't have any film knowledge at all. And you probably literally did think that yours was the first movie to ever do it. Is it possible that she knows jack shit about Hollywood and the history of film and the women that came before her? Absolutely it is. Because the movies are older. A lot of them are old. And there's some more recent ones, but she thinks she's the first true female action lead. Absolutely. And she got humbled. So here's what she did to clarify this. After a day of intense backlash by film fans and critics alike, Lawrence is walking back her false statement. Here's what she had to say. That's certainly not what I meant at all to say, Lawrence said. I know that I am not the only woman who has ever led an action film. What I meant to do was say how good it feels. And I meant that with Viola to blow past these old myths that you hear about the chatter that you would hear around that kind of thing. But it was my blunder, and it came out wrong. I had nerves talking to a living legend. So that's where we are now. That is what she tried to say to clarify it. Now, what's funny is I think she's going by the current chat. Like, there's a lot of chatter about too many female superheroes and stuff like that, and she's trying to say, well, I came before all of them or something. I don't know. But the way that she articulated this before, I think she really did. I think she sees herself better as all of those other women. I do think she's a true narcissist, for sure. But this was the best part. This is where she flips it and wants to come out looking like a victim. So in the interview with Viola Davis, Lawrence expressed her concern with doing press interviews because she worries about how her intelligence will be received given the fact that she is a middle school dropout. Oh, okay. So she said this with Viola Davis. But this does make sense. But this is kind of throwing a little bit of a victim narrative in there with it. So she says, for my experience, the biggest hindrance to my craft has been press. Doing interviews, every time I do an interview, I just think I can do this. I can't do this to myself again. You sit down next to somebody, you talk for an hour and a half, a month goes by, and you have no idea what they're going to use. You don't know what's going to be in context, and I just know I'm going to sound stupid. It's not going to be as articulate as it is in my mind. Every time I do a sit-down interview, I'm like, I can't do it again. I really can't. I feel like my character and I'm always self-conscious of my intellect because I didn't finish school. I dropped out of middle school, which I can't even believe is possible. So, all right, she's not necessarily playing the victim, but she's still walking back what she said, which I think is still pretty damn funny. She has to, because the roasting will never stop. She had to do something. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.